The Grateful King. Once, in a kingdom surrounded by lush forests and sparkling rivers, there ruled a wise and powerful king named Asher. His kingdom was prosperous, and his people adored him. He had wealth, an impressive army, magnificent palaces, and lands that stretched as far as the eye could see. Yet, despite his great fortune, King Asher was rarely content. Each day, he woke to a new set of worries: how to expand his influence, how to defeat his enemies, how to increase the wealth of his kingdom. His mind was always racing ahead, consumed by thoughts of future conquests and desires. Though he had everything one could possibly wish for, there was always something more to seek. He found himself constantly looking beyond what he had, convinced that contentment would come only when he achieved more. One evening, as the golden sun dipped below the horizon, the king sat on the balcony of his grand palace, staring out over the vast kingdom. His gaze was sharp, his brow furrowed, and his heart heavy with unspoken discontent. He had everything, yet he felt a deep emptiness inside, a yearning for something he couldn't name. At that moment, an old wanderer appeared at the gates of the palace, wearing tattered robes and carrying a simple wooden staff. He had traveled far and wide, seeking wisdom from the many corners of the world. The guards, sensing the wanderer's peaceful aura, allowed him to enter, and the stranger made his way toward the king's balcony. "Good evening, Your Majesty," the wanderer said, his voice soft but clear, as he stood before the king. "I have traveled many lands and seen many kings, but I see a shadow in your heart that none of your riches can dispel." King Asher looked at the man, surprised by his insight. "Who are you, and what brings you here?" he asked. "I am but a humble traveler," the old man replied. "I seek nothing but to offer a piece of wisdom to those who are willing to listen. I see that you are troubled, despite all that you possess. You have wealth, power, and glory, yet something seems missing." The king sighed deeply, his voice heavy. "You are right. I have everything a king could want: lands, riches, loyal subjects, but still, I feel empty. There is always more I wish to gain. I cannot find contentment, no matter how much I achieve. What is the secret to peace, to truly being satisfied?" The wanderer smiled kindly. "Contentment comes not from what you do not have, but from appreciating what you already possess. I can show you a path to find peace, if you are willing to learn." The king, though skeptical, was intrigued. "And what is this path?" The wanderer extended a hand toward the vast landscape before them. "Come with me, Your Majesty. Walk with me for one day, and allow yourself to truly see what is before you. If you do this, you may find what you are searching for." King Asher hesitated for a moment, but something in the old man's eyes made him agree. "Very well, I will walk with you." The two of them descended from the balcony and walked through the palace gardens. The sun was beginning to set, casting the sky in beautiful shades of pink and orange. As they walked, the wanderer pointed out simple things that the king had long overlooked: the delicate flowers that bloomed beside the path, the soft chirping of birds in the trees, the sound of a river gently flowing in the distance. "These things," said the wanderer, "are gifts that we so often forget to appreciate. They are not grand, but they are real and beautiful." The king, though still feeling a sense of urgency about his duties, began to slow his pace. He noticed the flowers and the birds, the serenity of the world around him. For the first time in many years, he felt a small sense of peace stir in his heart. They continued their walk and came to the village square, where the people were gathered in celebration. Children played, laughter filled the air, and the townspeople were enjoying the simple pleasures of life, dancing, singing, and sharing food. King Asher watched them, and for the first time, he saw the joy that existed in the present moment, not tied to riches or power, but simply to living. "These people," the wanderer said, "are content because they embrace what they have, no matter how little. They do not worry about tomorrow. They are grateful for what they have right now, and this gratitude fills their hearts with peace." The king nodded, understanding more deeply than before. He looked at the faces of the villagers, the simple yet profound joy they had, and felt a stirring in his own heart. He had been so focused on the future, on what he still desired, that he had forgotten the simple pleasures that were already within his grasp. As they continued walking, they came across an elderly man who sat alone by the side of the road, looking out at the setting sun. The old man had no possessions except the clothes on his back, yet his face was peaceful, his expression full of contentment. "Tell me, old man," the wanderer asked, "what is your secret? How do you find peace in a life with so little?" The old man smiled gently. "I have learned to be grateful for each breath I take, for the sun that rises each day, and for the small things that bring me joy. I do not need riches, or power, or land. I need only the present moment, and the peace it brings." The king looked at the old man, a realization dawning within him. He had spent so many years striving for more, always thinking that peace would come with more land, more gold, more triumphs. Yet, the key to contentment was not in accumulation, but in gratitude for what was already here. That night, as King Asher sat alone in his chamber, he reflected on the day's journey. He thought of the flowers, the laughter of the villagers, the simplicity of the old man by the road. He realized that he had been searching for happiness in all the wrong places. What he truly needed was to appreciate the present moment, the gifts of the earth, the joy of the people, the love of his family. The next morning, the king awoke with a renewed sense of peace. He made it a daily practice to express gratitude for all that he had, his health, his family, his people, the beauty of the land. With each passing day, his heart grew lighter, and the weight of his worries lifted. He no longer felt the constant need to strive for more. Instead, he embraced the present moment, finding joy in the simple acts of living. And so, King Asher learned that true contentment does not come from what one has or does not have. It comes from being grateful for the present moment, for the blessings that are already before us, no matter how small. The king found peace in this simple truth, and his reign became known not for its riches or conquests, but for the deep sense of contentment that radiated from him and his people. And as for the wanderer, he disappeared just as quietly as he had come, leaving the king with a gift far greater than any treasure, a heart full of gratitude. Thanks for watching. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to give it a like, share it with others who might benefit, and subscribe to the channel for more valuable content like this. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.